Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. So I wasn't expecting to make a Fani Willis video today. Last we heard, the judge announced that he could take up to 2 weeks to make his ruling. But there was apparently some new evidence dropped on Monday, and it's not looking good for Fani Willis. It's not in Fani Willis's favor. Let's go ahead and check out the article. This one here from the New York Post. Fani Willis warned Nathan Wade's lawyer to stay quiet about affair, court filing claims. They are coming after us. A new witness could testify. Fani Willis warned lover Nathan Wade's former business partner, Terrence Bradley, to stay quiet after the affair and explosive new court filing claims. They're coming after us. You don't need to talk to them about anything about us. Willis is alleged to have warned Terrence Bradley in a September 2023 phone call. The call was overheard by Cobb County, Georgia prosecutor Cindy Lee Yeager, according to court papers filed Monday by David Schaefer, a co-defendant of former President Donald Trump. Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney, is battling to stay in her post overseeing the election interference case in which Trump and 18 others are charged. That's the RICO case. She stands accused of carrying on a relationship with Wade, whom she appointed special prosecutor, but hiding it from the court, presenting a conflict of interest. Willis and Wade have said under oath that they were only romantic between 2022 and 2023, long after the case started, which in my opinion doesn't matter. If he's taken her on trips and things like that, it's still a conflict of interest, even if they're just friends. But at a hearing over whether to disqualify Willis last week, Bradley claimed on the stand that he had no knowledge of when the two prosecutors started dating. But the filing says Yeager would swear under oath that that was at odds with what Bradley told Yeager in person, that the romance began in 2019 during Willis's DA campaign. Bradley also texted a lawyer for another Trump co-defendant that the pair were absolutely dating before hiring Willis. That was actually a text that he sent to Ashley Merchant, and he muttered, "Oh dang," when confronted with that evidence on the stand. He absolutely did. Yeager is willing to testify that Bradley told her Wade had definitely begun a romantic relationship with Miss Willis during that time that Miss Willis was running for district attorney in 2019 through 2020, Monday's filing says. After watching Bradley's testimony, Yeager became concerned as a result of the fact that what Mr. Bradley testified on the witness stand was directly contrary to what Mr. Bradley had told Miss Yeager in person, Monday's filing says. Willis testified that she began dating Wade in 2022 after she hired him. The timeline is important because if it can be proved that Willis lied on the stand, it would result in her being booted from the case, assumingly. But Willis's office has argued that Bradley, who testified that his claims about Wade and Willis were speculation, is an unreliable witness who had every motive to lie after he left Wade's law practice under suspicion of sexual assault. Judge Scott McAfee says he hopes to rule on whether Willis can stay on the case in the next 2 weeks. It was not immediately clear Monday whether the court would reopen the hearing to receive additional evidence. Reps for Willis's office did not immediately respond for requests for comment. Well, in my opinion, I think they should definitely reopen the case and hear the additional evidence. The judge already gave himself 2 weeks to declare his final decision. Why not make sure that you're making the right decision and just go ahead and hear this extra witness? I mean, it might take half a day or an extra day, but it could be substantial that this person goes up there and corroborates. She would be the third person corroborating the story that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade began their relationship prior to Fani Willis hiring him for the RICO case against Trump and the 18 other co-defendants. Then you had Terrence Bradley, Nathan Wade's friend and ex-business partner, who also said the same thing in text messages to the attorney, Miss Merchant. And then now you would have this third witness who basically is claiming the same thing. And Bradley even tried to, on the witness stand, claim it was speculation to kind of wash his hands of what he had said before in the text messages and to avoid any repercussions for lying on the stand. But I think he still did lie on the stand. If he claimed speculation but he knew better, I don't know. I guess that's just allegedly, right? But if he actually knew better and he claimed speculation, that could be interpreted, in my opinion, as him lying on the stand. And so you have a bunch of people lying on the stand and then other people that have no dog in the fight who have no reason to lie. And this is such a huge case, such an important case. I don't really see how the judge could or would not allow this evidence to be submitted. He should certainly have a look at everything that both sides present. And until the case is over, I think that new witnesses and new evidence should certainly be allowed to be admitted. But that's just my opinion. I'm no judge. But I do hope that he gets the decision right and that he takes his time. And I also hope that he sees everything to make that right decision. So to sum it up, I hope that this evidence is allowed to be submitted. I want the judge in this case, and I think he is, but I want him to make sure he has a look at everything, make sure he sees everything, and that he makes a proper decision going forward. Certainly, in my opinion, I think that the proper decision would be to remove Fani Willis and Nathan Wade from this case. Because to me, in my opinion, I'm no lawyer, I'm no judge, but they are certainly lying. They're all lawyers, so they know how to use lawyer speak by not recalling or claiming speculation, using vague terms. But in my opinion, since the judge is the sole decider, I think that he should look at that as disrespect, because they're not trying to convince a jury, they're trying to convince him. And so being shady, not being forthcoming with information that is vital, I think the judge should count that against them. But pretty interesting turn of events. Third witness coming forward to corroborate Miss Yurdy's statement and Mr. Bradley's statement. Doesn't look good for Fani Willis. And you know, even if this makes the case last longer, I'm fine with that. The longer this case draws out, the harder it is for these people to get Trump before the election starts, essentially. Once his name's on those ballots and people start voting, it won't bother me if the judge has to prolong his decision beyond the 2 weeks because he wants to admit this evidence. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.